Hey, so wrapped up the install on your Saberforge Bane MK2 in copper finish. Just kind of want to do a quick little demo of some of the features of the saber as well as the install itself. So here's your Bane hilts installed with a Golden Harvest V3 Phase 4 board. It comes with a removable chassis, a much better 28mm bass speaker, as well as two illuminated LED switches over here. So to access the chassis, just unscrew the pommel, like so, and the chassis should just slide right out. As you're unscrewing the pommel, I would be mindful of cupping over the bottom of the saber, that way the chassis doesn't just like fall out. So removing the chassis like so. Here's your removable chassis. We got our Golden Harvest board over here. We got the chassis connector up here, which interfaces with the rest of the saber. Got the battery holder, marked negative and positive. The flatter side is for the positive end of the button top battery, and the spring is for the negative side of the button top battery. Down here we have our 28mm bass speaker. This is a 4-ohm 3-watt speaker. And then on the chassis itself there are tactile switches. So there's one there, one there. That way you can actually cycle through some of the features, sound fonts, and such on the chassis itself without needing it inserted into the hilt. So when you're looking at the board, facing, I guess, to the left, that's the auxiliary switch. And then to the right, that's the main switch. Back here, we have our kill switch. Right now it's in the off position, facing down. When you toggle it up, it's in the on position. That way you can cut battery to, or you can cut power to the saber without having to remove the battery. So let's get a battery in here. Here I just have a test battery that I have. It's originally a Keep Power 18650 battery. So I'm making sure that the kill switch is off. Insert that. When I insert the battery, I make sure to insert it negative first because I do design it such that there's a little lip there. It makes it so that it holds the battery a little bit tighter. So inserting negative first, the flat side, compress it, and then just slide into the positive end. And then once that's in, you can flip the kill switch on. So let's play around with the chassis itself. So the main switch is on to the right. And turn that on. Blaster blocks. And then if you hold the main switch down for a few seconds, it turns it off. So let's insert the chassis into the saber. So when you're inserting the chassis, make sure that this PCB end goes in first. And you'll notice that there are two channels there. There's one there, one there. This aligns with these screws right here. So there's one there and one on the other side. They protrude slightly into the hilts, and these little rails or guides help to use that protrusion to kind of align the chassis. So just sliding that in, all the way in until you reach about here. And then once it's there, you just screw in the pommel to lock it in. So sometimes you may feel like a click. It didn't happen this time, but that click is basically just to do the final kind of mating of the two connectors to complete the connection. So you can either turn the saber on with the main switch up here. We have our green LED switch up there for the main switch, and then an orange LED switch down here for the auxiliary. It may show up as like a lightish orangish yellow, but in person it's orange. Up here we have our illuminated NeoPixel connector. This is the one that I've designed. We got smooth swing, got accent swing. I also have gesture control, so I configure swing on and twist off. So when the front half of the saber is kind of parallel to the floor, you can just twist it off. And then you can also swing it on. So let's put a blade in here. So here I have like a short dagger test blade. For the blade retention screw, it's up here kind of underneath these shine through windows. So just loosen that up a bit. making sure that's not protruding in. And then you can slide the blade in all the way until you kind of feel the compression of the poker pins. And then just tighten that down. We got blaster blocks, we got flash on clash. You can also change the color, which I believe is hold auxiliary and then tap the main button. Going back to reddish. Let's go with an orange again. It's more of a yellow. So the speaker's a lot louder now because it uses a 4-ohm speaker, so roughly about twice as loud as before. And then to cycle through the sound fonts, just hold the auxiliary button while the blade is off.
Sound menu.
And then make sure that the saber is actually pointed up or parallel as you're doing that. So to cycle through the sound fonts, once you're in the sound font menu, you can just rotate the saber.
Data issues.
Cryocarbon.
There's about 16 default sound fonts that comes with the Golden Harvest.
Eternal defend the shadows. Dark Harvest.
A lot of them are very dark side fonts.
The classic villain.
Let's go with a classic villain Vader font. And to lock it in, just hold the main button. Or sorry, hold the auxiliary maybe? Yep. So once you've rotated into the font you want, just hold the auxiliary button until it locks in that font. So there you go. There's your Saberforge Bane installed with Golden Harvest V3 with removable chassis. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to send the table of the button operations over to you, as well as the manual if you want to take a look through some of the features on there to kind of prepare yourself once you receive the saber. So once again, thank you so much for letting me work on this, and may the force be with you.